Hey, boys and girls, it's Friday. We are going to work on ending and finishing our narrative writing stories today. So, we've spent several days this week going piece by piece through our story, and we started with our rising action and hooking our reader and getting them interested and giving them details so they could visualize what was happening and understand what was going on. Then we worked into the climax of our story, that crazy, critical, intense point in our story that's everybody's favorite part. And we wrote that yesterday, right? But today, what we're going to work on is we're going to work on that falling action and our resolution. And today, what I want you to think about is how do I keep my readers engaged? How do I make sure that now that they've heard the climax, that they stay in for the rest of the story? What do I do that? So we're going to talk about some tricks today and how to do that, and I'm going to model that for you. So the place you want to start is you want to start again on this very important slide 24, where you've created that chronological sequential list of the events that happened in order. So I started you boys and girls with our building up, that rising action, and then we had our climax right here when the yellow jackets start pouring out of the top of Elizabeth's shirt. Then I continue on with her screaming and Robin and I discussing what to do. And when I left off, I was running to her house to get her mother for help. And then I'm going to show you how I've just kind of roughly typed down the ideas to conclude our story for today. So here we go. I am moving on to slide 32 because I want to go back. Anytime I'm adding to my writing, I want to go back and see where I was so that I'm making sure I'm working in the right order, that my voice is kind of the same, that I'm including the right details and don't leave anything out. So here we go. Buzz. Ah! What's happening? Panic flows through my veins. Ouch! Buzz! Yellow jackets. These are yellow jackets swarming on me like a waterfall. That was how it all began. I was walking in the woods on a cool fall afternoon with my two friends, Elizabeth and Robin. We were singing the latest tune from Olivia Newton-John when we saw a hole in the ground. As we walked along, Elizabeth told Robin and me that she was certain it was a chipmunk hole. Robin and I were concerned that it was a snake's hole. Elizabeth debated with us and argued that she knew it was a chipmunk's hole because she had placed acorns there the other day and now they were gone. Determined to prove us wrong, Elizabeth jammed her foot in the hole. Immediately, my stomach began to turn. I simply knew that a snake was going to pop up at any moment. Suddenly, Elizabeth became tremulous and began shrieking and screaming. Robin and I could see two yellow jackets on the knees of her denim overalls. Not alarmed, Robin and I told Elizabeth to simply move away. Suddenly, thousands of yellow jackets poured out of the top of Elizabeth's collar and began to fly about. Then I was engulfed in a sea of yellow jackets. They were in my hair, my face. I couldn't open my eyes for long, and I was swatting and twitching about, trying to shake them off. The more I moved, the more I seemed to be getting stung. However, I knew I could not simply stand there. While Robin and I were both screaming, the noise coming from Elizabeth was different. It was terror. I yelled to Robin, "What do we do?" She replied, "Run, get her mom." I began to run up the hill to Elizabeth's house as fast as my short little legs would carry me. I had to get help. And that's where we left off yesterday, boys and girls. We're at the climax of the story, right? That is what has just transpired. That's what just took place. Now we're going to look at the falling action and the resolution. Oh, so I need to indent here. How do I indent? What button do I push? Tab. After running into Elizabeth's house to get her mom, I ran back out and Robin and I tried to get the hose off its hook. However, it was too heavy. What seemed like an eternity later, Elizabeth's mom and brother ran out of the house. Her brother Tommy grabbed the hose and her mother began pulling her clothes off. The yellow jackets were all over her body and in her clothes. We were all getting stung. Because I want you to see this part in your head. I want you to see that, like, as we took the clothes off, there were more and more yellow jackets coming out. As I looked at Elizabeth, I could see that her whole body was covered in red whelps. Her mom whisked her back to the house and into the car. Have a picture of that in your head, right? They left for the hospital immediately. A neighbor, I need to tab here so I can indent. A neighbor heard the commotion and came to help. After Elizabeth left, she told Robin and me we needed to get home. Remember, it's Robin and me because she told me, right? So told me. Now I'm adding Robin in there, but I'm not a narcissist, so Robin's going to go first, right? After Elizabeth left, she told Robin and me we needed to get home. In a daze, Robin and I walked home to our parents. The whole event seemed surreal. If I hadn't had the pain, oops, of Yellow Jacket, this says 4. Let me go ahead and switch that part just so I know it makes sense. Of Yellow Jacket stings on my arms, neck, and cheek, I'm not sure I would have believed it happened at all. A few days later, I was able to visit with my dear friend Elizabeth again. This time she was languishing in bed, covered in pink lotion and whelps. While I was sad to see her looking so pitiful, I was grateful that she was going to make it. We all learned a valuable lesson that day. Always respect nature and never put your foot in a hole. Now, are there things here I need to improve? Absolutely, right? I was just hashing out my thoughts as quickly as I could kind of get them out of my head. So, what we're going to work on the next couple of weeks, boys and girls, is going back through and looking at our story and how to create that imagery and some of those figurative language pieces and that diverse vocabulary and making sure that our ending really settles with our reader, right? Going back through my story, making sure that my readers can see all of the parts of my story, okay? So, um, what we're going to do today, though, special treat for those of you that hung in with me till the very end, boys and girls. Your prize for listening and following directions the whole time is your secret message. The way you're going to tell me that, yes, Miss Gilliard, I listened to the whole story and I learned lots and I'm going to be an amazing writer. And our secret message today is you are going to insert a picture of a garden hose onto your Google Slides somewhere, and that will be your way of letting me know that, there we go, that you heard the whole story. And so you're just going to stick it. Don't cover up your writing or anything. Just stick it somewhere up here in the corner, and I'll see it. And when I see it, I'll know this person's following directions and did exactly what they're supposed to do, and they get some extra points for that. So make sure you put your picture in there, boys and girls. We will continue to work on this writing. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to read these finished stories. I'm enjoying them, watching them evolve, and come together. I hope y'all have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.